Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico style. It's Friday.
Finally.
Right. It was kind of a weird week because even though we had the break in the week and some people had the days off, it almost extended the week. It made it like extra long.
It did. It seemed, yeah, it was kind of a long week.
But now it's extra over. Now it's time for the weekend. And as we get into, oh wait, before we get into the weekend, you told me what today is, right?
Yes.
Let's tell everybody.
It's National Kissing Day, apparently. National Kissing Day.
Yes, smoocheroo.
So we had PDA, National PDA Day not too long ago.
That's right.
Kissing Day.
I think people want more affection in our country.
Think so.
I think that's what it comes down to. Nothing wrong with more affection, just as long as you execute appropriate behavior in public when doing your smooching.
So yeah, feel free to give a smooch out today.
There, that's our kiss to you.
There you go.
Remember the dating game? They used to do that crazy kiss?
Oh yeah.
I used to think I was so dramatic. When I watch old movies of myself, I used to do that. Clearly I've changed a lot. I'm not dramatic anymore at all. Okay, so now as we get into the weekend, what are your big plans? Because you always have cool plans.
Well, I don't have really big plans this weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do, actually. Probably go hiking, do some more mountain biking. I went up to Angel Fire mountain biking last weekend.
Right.
I really wanted to come back up again this weekend because there's some fun stuff happening there.
Yeah, well, you know what's so cool is that speaking of Angel Fire, they're actually opening a multi-station zipline tour at the summit of the mountain today. How cool is that? Look at this. The Zipline Adventure Tour is the first of its kind in New Mexico. Oh,
this is so cool. Thrill seekers will fly 50 stories above the forest floor as they traverse from peak to peak, side by side, on a 1,600-foot tandem zip line.
Wow.
The tour includes a short flight school, which is a basic training of the sport, and then at the beginning of the tour, and there are no age restrictions, but you need to weigh between 70 and 270 pounds. So if you have the wee little ones, they're probably not going to be able to get on that yet, obviously. But yeah, it lasts for a few hours. It's like $89. If you get to go out there for several hours in the morning. It looks so cool. And even if you don't do the zip line, there's stuff for your kids to do. Angel Fire is such an amazing place. The mountain biking is ridiculous. It's so awesome. And then there's stuff for kids too, and it's beautiful. It's, you know, green, and you have the showers develop in the afternoon, and the temperatures are cooler. So
I've never been there, but you know, the only time I've seen a zip line was actually in Colorado when I went to Durango, and we went to Purgatory, and they had the zip line right by the ski slopes. That was cool. I didn't go on it, but I saw that and I thought, gosh, that's something I'd like to try. Truthfully, the only time I ever see people zip lining is on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, when they go on these fancy dates and they take a risk with each other and prove their love. So yeah, but I think it's not for the faint of heart, because like you said, it is a few hours. So it's not one of those things where you, like a ride, like at an amusement park, where you say, well, I'll take a chance, I jump on a ride, and it's over in 30 seconds. Not this.
Well, you get halfway through the zip line, you can't be like, can I turn around?
You can't jump off.
So what are you doing this weekend?
You know, maybe Pork and Brew. That sounds like a fun thing. We're going to get to that in a few.
Stop by there.
Yeah, and you know, I've been telling you for months now how many movies I want to see. I haven't gone to the movies in forever, and this might be the weekend.
Do it.
I might just do it.
Do it.
We'll see. Let's check in with our KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez and find out what she's doing this weekend. She always has something fun up her sleeve.
No, I really don't. I'm so boring. I feel so boring next to you ladies.
No.
Really. I usually just spend time at home, you know.
The vino in the backyard sounds good to me.
There you go. That's pretty much my weekend. I like to live vicariously through Kristen, though, because I know she's so adventurous. And,
I know.
I don't think I could stomach the zip line, honestly. I'm kind of afraid of heights.
I'm kind of a baby myself, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you are missing out.
Nonetheless, we will make sure we have a fun weekend, that's for sure.
Yes.
So good morning to you at home. Let's talk about your news this morning. Listen to this. An internal investigation is underway this morning after fire investigators discovered what caused the Bosque fire in Corrales last month. And you won't believe how they say the fire started. Fire investigators say an employee whose job it was to patrol the area for fire activity accidentally started it. Investigators say the employee dropped an electronic cigarette, of all things, while he was out. Now, the group he was with tried to put out the flames, but it was no use. The fire ended up burning 350 acres. The blaze even threatened homes on the Sandia Pueblo.
They were wearing fire protective equipment. They tried to roll around on top of the flames and were unable to extinguish them.
Pretty crazy, right? You know, investigators say e-cigarettes, like the one you're looking at here, have a heater and a power source that can get hot enough to catch the cotton from cottonwood trees on fire, and that's what they think happened here. Now, officials say the man or the employee will not face charges because they say it was an accident. Well, we have a better idea this morning of how many people were not following the fireworks rules this 4th of July. Calls poured into the illegal fireworks hotline on Wednesday night. By the end of the night, investigators had gone out to just about every part of the city and ended up giving out 16 tickets. The hotline took about 850 calls on July 3rd and July 4th, which was actually fewer than last year. Police and sheriff deputies all over New Mexico have a big concern this morning. They're worried that hackers could take over their unmanned drones like the ones the military uses. An engineering professor and his students from the University of Texas recently proved that it could happen. You see, they came here to New Mexico, and while working with Homeland Security here, they hacked into the GPS sensors on a drone.
You can think of this as hijacking a plane from a distance. You are as if you're at the controls of the plane because you've now captured the autopilot's sense of its own navigation solution. And you can manipulate it left or right, up or down.
Pretty incredible, right? Well, this is the first time that someone's been able to take over a drone in front of investigators. But you know what? The ones the military uses apparently are encrypted, so they don't believe that they could virtually really be hacked. That's good there. All right, even though Albuquerque's red light cameras went dark last year, Rio Rancho's camera system is still snapping away pictures. Now, we wanted to see how busy the cameras have been so far this year, and we found that the cameras and speed vans in Rio Rancho caught more than 12,000 people breaking the rules. Most of them were at the intersections of Southern and Unser, and then Northern and Unser as well.
Generated approximately $250,000. And so that is the money that came back to the city of Rio Rancho.
Plus, accidents in the area are down 4% from when the cameras were not there. All right, lastly, this next story kind of ticks me off here. A woman in Phoenix will not be getting the Mom of the Year award this morning. Instead, she'll be getting a trip to court after police say she gave her toddler beer in the toddler's sippy cup. Listen to this. Witnesses told police that Valerie Topet, this woman here, poured beer into her son's sippy cup at this pizza joint and then let her 2-year-old drink some of it. Detectives say the woman told them she did it because her son kept reaching for the beer, or the pitcher of beer. Now, the child was taken to the hospital just to get checked out and then ended up going with his father. The child is okay, but Mom here now faces felony child abuse charges. Pretty unreal. I have had some experience where my son wants to reach for everything, but come on, people. You gotta be smart. That wraps it up for your morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt Morrow, Kristen Van Dyke, and me every weekday morning on KRQE News 13 beginning at 4:30 a.m. Isn't that incredible, ladies?
It is. You know, it really goes to show you how everything really starts with the parenting and how you have to make these kind of good judgments and good calls early on, or they start to think, well, if I point at something or I reach for something or I do something,
you're going to get it.
Yeah, that's not life.
Exactly.
That's not realistic. So thank you for that story.
Have a good one.
And no beer for your son this weekend. Lots of water and good juicy drinks.
There you go.
Okay, so July 6th, that's today, right? It is National Fried Chicken Day.
And National Kissing Day.
And National Kissing Day. So have some fried chicken and we'll leave that alone. But you might want to pass that up because as much as we love fried chicken, Rio Rancho's 9th Annual Pork N Brew is dishing up some finger-licking barbecue and family-friendly entertainment all this weekend.
Oh, yeah. KRQE News 13's David Romero has all the details.
You know, it's a fun hobby and people take it seriously, so you know it's a serious cooking competition.
This is the 9th year the state barbecue competition has taken place at the Pork and Brew Fest. Francis and her team, Mad Max Barbecue from Corrales, came close to becoming the grand champions last year, but won't be taking any chances this year.
And it's not as easy as you think, as you see on TV. It is a lot of work. And then in addition, for this contest, we have a couple of we have a side dish, a dessert, we do it anything but, and a few other things. So there's other prize money also available to win.
This year, about 60 barbecue teams will compete in 4 main categories, everything including brisket, pork, ribs, and chicken.
It's not going to be an easy competition. You know, we have some new teams that are coming in, and we have a lot of local teams such as Sweet Peppers. We've got Gary from Smoke Ring, OKC, as well as our South by Max's Barbecue.
Most would agree the real winners are the people who get to eat all that good food.
I'm not a pro cook. I was never trained professionally, something I love to do, and so that makes it really gratifying for myself, and being able to do that for somebody else is really great.
We're sitting here just talking about how much we want to eat all this food.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be amazing. Pork and Brew is today, tomorrow, and Sunday in the south parking lot of the Santa Ana Star Center. Tons of fun out there for everybody.
Right, and for all the hours and ticket information, visit casa.com. For all of that, it's going to be good.
Yeah, and obviously we're talking, you heard all the things, ribs and chicken and brisket. But if you don't eat meat, they did, the other day they were on the show and they made that delicious shrimp. So they have appetizers and desserts and other kinds of foods too. So everybody can enjoy no matter what your food preferences are. So
it's going to be a good time.
It is going to be a good time. A good old time.
Oh, yeah.
Your accent is going to be good for that.
It's probably going to come out. Oh, gosh. Nothing like some barbecue to read my accent out. Especially, I know there's going to be some Carolina-style barbecue, the mustard and the vinegar. Mustard vinegar, that's my kind right there.
I got to try that. Okay, now here's something else on the total opposite spectrum of a Pork and Brew. It's the Santa Fe Opera, and it's the 8-week season that opened last Friday night. You may remember we talked about that. But whether you're an opera buff or not, the opera is one of Santa Fe's most unique and celebrated traditions, and it should not be missed.
Right, if you go, bring a picnic basket, a table, and a chandelier, maybe. Our own Kenny Hatchett experienced the other opera tradition, the tailgate party.
Nice.
I'm going to assume that everybody would agree that I'm relatively underdressed to be attending an opera. But how about a tailgate party? I'm up here in Santa Fe at the Santa Fe Opera House on opening night for what could arguably be the most elegant tailgate party in the state of New Mexico.
You're missing your Budweiser and your hard alcohol, and you're trading it in for, your champagne and your fine cheeses.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz.
Pinot Grigio. Yeah. Or tailgates for beer and pretzels. So some of us are still the traditional tailgaters. Yeah. New Mexico style. Cheers, that's true.
Dress like $1 million trooper. Trying hard to look like Gary Cooper.
Did you ever think that you would be tailgating at an opera?
Absolutely not. Well, let me say I am well sated and I am enjoying my champagne.
Oh, this is fun. It's the Santa Fe Opera. It's opening night. It's Tosca. And how many chances to get the tailgate at 7,000 feet? It's such a fun place.
An arrow collars, white spats, and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz.
That was fun. Putting on the Ritz. I love it. That's a ritzy way to have a tailgate.
Oh,
and if
yeah.
you plan to tailgate, the parking lot opens 3 hours before curtain time. So you can bring your own supper or you can order a gourmet picnic for pickup in the parking lot.
Right, and of course there's more information for you on the screen now through August 25th, and you can go to SantaFeOpera.org, or you can get to our website, casa.com, to get more information on this as well. And again, the season ends August 25th, so you got a little while.
August 25th? See, I thought it wasn't over till the fat lady sings.
Oh.
Sorry, that was the worst joke I've ever made on television
It's
in my
Friday.
life.
It's okay.
Wow.
I'll forgive you.
I just really wanted an excuse to sing.
Okay. Always. Okay, well, there's never a dull moment here, never a dull moment in Hollywood.
True.
Drama continues to swirl around Tomcat, and it looks like things are going to get pretty ugly.
Yes, plus Spider-Man flies to the top spot at the box office. Fox's William Lajeunesse has these stories and more in today's Hollywood Nation.
I dreamed that love.
Les Mis teases Amy sings with Nas, and Spider-Man sets a record in the Hollywood Nation. The Amazing Spider-Man lit up the box office during the 4th of July holiday. The reboot earned $59 million through 2 days of release, with Wednesday's $23 million total, making the film the second biggest gross on the holiday in box office history. Amy Winehouse is set to hit the charts again. The late singer collaborated with Nas on the track Cherry Wine, which will appear on the rapper's 10th studio album, scheduled for release July 17th. The Tomcat drama continues. While Tom Cruise has yet to file any legal papers, TMZ reports that since Katie filed for divorce in New York, he will have to answer her there if he wants the case moved to California. Matthew McConaughey and Camila Alvarez are expecting baby number 3. The newly married couple made the announcement via Twitter, and Claire Danes and husband Hugh Dancy are expecting their first child. And the trailer for the film adaptation of the global stage show Les Miserables has been released. The film opens in theaters on December 14th. In Hollywood, William LaJeunesse, Fox News.
As you know, I just saw Les Mis at Popejoy. It was an amazing experience. I think that the movie's going to be spectacular.
Sure, it will be.
Yeah, and we are ahead of ourselves because we announced Matthew McConaughey and Claire Danes' new childbirths coming up yesterday's show.
We stay on top of these things.
We really do. Now, here's a really good one. This is a little tidbit of information, a little interesting piece of knowledge you may want to share today. So Tom and Katie, right?
Yeah.
You know, she's 33. They're getting their divorce. She's 33. He's been married to Mimi Rogers and Nicole Kidman. They both divorced him at 33 as well.
No way.
Yes, so all three.
That's not his lucky number.
Right, 3 wives, all divorced at 33.
Ooh.
3 is not a good number
I
for
would
Tom
stay
Cruise.
away from that number if I were him.
3 is definitely not the lucky number for Mr. Tom Cruise. Interesting, huh?
That is interesting.
This is all playing out funny.
I think we might be going for day number 3 in a row here to get some more rain.
Oh,
yeah,
we could use it. We could use it.
We got a lot of it yesterday.